In this video, we're going to be seeing how to change some settings in your Zoom account. So to do that, we're going to go to zoom.us. Once there, you're going to sign in. And you can come down here and just click sign in with Google. And then you're going to select your district account. Now, once you're here, there's a lot of places you can go. There's a lot of things you can do. But what we want to take care of right now is some settings. So you're going to come over to the left under Personal and go down to Settings. And the first place it brings you to is Meeting. And this is where we want to be. So we're going to verify quite a few settings, maybe turn some things on, turn some things off, check some boxes or bubbles, but just be aware as we go. If you've got another window open, try and do these along with the video. So first things first, waiting room, you want to make sure it is turned on. You know something is turned on if you see this dark blue color on this little toggle. So the waiting room for me is already turned on. The next thing we're going to do is come down to where it says embed passcode and invite link for one-click join. This, you want to have it turned on like I do here. This allows basically for a student to click that link and it automatically takes them into the meeting. So you want that turned on. Next thing, only authenticated users can join meetings from the web client. So basically when they click that link, it's going to ask that they log in first. So we're going to turn that on. Next, we're going to scroll down. And we want to come to where it says mute participants upon entry. So we want to turn this on. So it's already turned on for me. This will make sure that your students, when they join the meeting, their mic is off as they begin. This means you're not going to have tons of random noise and background interference as students come into your meeting. So we're going to have that turned on. Next, we're going to come down to chat. So we're going to have the chat turned on, but a few things we want to do. We first want to check this box right here. We want to prevent participants from saving the chat. That's absolutely what we want to do, so we're going to check that box. Next, private chat. Allow meeting participants to send a private one-to-one message to another participant. We're going to go ahead and we're going to turn this off. We don't want our students to be chatting back and forth with one another privately where we can't see that. Next, we're going to come down to where it says file transfer. We're going to make sure that this is turned off. We do not want students to be able to send each other files and transfer files through Zoom. So we're going to make sure that that is turned off. Okay, now we're going to come down a little bit further to where the screen sharing selection is. Now, we're going to make sure screen sharing is turned on, but we want to check this little bubble right here that says host only. Basically, we only want the host to be able to share their screen. So we want to check that bubble. We're going to make sure it's clicked. Next, we're going to come down to where the annotation section is. Now, if you want, you can turn this off, but I'm going to leave annotation on. This allows hosts and participants to use annotation tools to add information to shared screens. The one thing we do want to make sure we check is this box right here. Only the user who is sharing can annotate. So we're going to check that box. And if it says save, yes, you want to click save. So that way that setting is permanently changed. Next, we're going to come down to where we have our nonverbal feedback. This is where participants in a meeting can provide nonverbal feedback and express opinions by clicking on icons in the participants panel. You want to make sure that this is turned on. The next thing you want to make sure is turned on is meeting reactions. This allows meeting participants to communicate without interrupting by reacting with an emoji that shows on their video. Reactions disappear after 10 seconds. Participants can change their reaction and skin tone in settings. So we want to make sure that this is turned on so that our students can engage and participate in that way. Next, where we are allowing participants to rename themselves. This would normally allow meeting participants and webinar panelists to rename themselves. We want to turn this off. We do not want students renaming themselves. We want to see their names as they enter. And then one of our last few that we're going to do is this next one, hide participant profiles, profile pictures in a meeting. We're going to turn that off. We don't want a student potentially putting an inappropriate profile picture up and then coming into the meeting where other students can see that. So we're going to turn that off. Next, in the meeting section, this is advanced, breakout rooms. We want to turn those on. Then you also want to check this box, allow hosts to assign participants to breakout rooms when scheduling. Go ahead and check that box so that way you have the ability to assign people to a breakout room when you're scheduling. That's it for the settings that need to be changed. All of the others are either ones, for instance, down below here, these are ones that we can leave off. I would recommend switching off the virtual backgrounds because that saves some bandwidth. But all of the others are either ones that the district has switched off and are locked by admin, or they are up to you and they're a personal choice.